You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, you knew damn well your boy was going to make a video about this. Rhodes, is Stephanie White out? Is Stephanie White gone? Is Methany White gone, Rhodes? Have we been saved? Is Jan Jansen, what? Coming to coach the Fever? No. Unfortunately, one of the GOATs got by a Twitter X fake account. Some account called Fever Updates. This is the same account that last week, and my lighting is bright as hell. It takes a while this early in the morning for it to acclimate because there's no sunshine coming in. Anyway, this same Twitter account came out a couple weeks ago. I shot down a story on X that the Sparks Fever game got 2 million views. It was a lie. It was a total lie. All right. And I don't even know if that game, if the ratings ever even came out for it. I can tell you right now, there was no 2 million views. It's a little weird because USA Network and Ion are not releasing all of their ratings. And Ion was putting all their ratings out. That tells you the ratings are down. That's a side tangent. Nonetheless, Skip Bayless got by this fake account, right? And everybody started like, oh my God, Skip Bayless. Don't get me wrong, guys. I understand a lot of you are not old enough to remember Skip as a journalist in San Francisco, in Dallas, the Dallas Morning News. I mean, Skip, if there was a Mount Rushmore of sports journalists, Skip Bayless would be on it. Let's not get confused. I know he's turned into sort of a cartoon character now. I get it. There was a time, man, Skip Bayless, you want to talk about an insider? Skip knew the Dallas Cowboys and 49ers Super Bowl teams. He covered them directly, tied to them. There was a reason why he got that high-profile ESPN First Take gig back in the day. People forget he started First Take with Woody Page, not with Stephen A. Smith. And he grew it into a juggernaut. But Skip is gotten older. He's got longer in the tooth. And evidently Skip does not know, hey, you got to do a little digging online now, Skip. Because these parody accounts will nail you. And they nailed him. No surprise, Stephanie White reportedly out after repeated in-game clashes with Caitlin Clark. Not saying White was wrong, but you can't show up the face of the league on camera. Caitlin obviously wants a favorite of hers from Iowa, Jan Jansen, but no way Jansen can coach both. So there you go. I mean, that's fake news. You can see it's been community noted. Everybody and their mama has shot it down. This is the troll account. Here's Jan Jansen right there. Mick Talks Hoops. This is literally a troll fake news page. Chloe Peterson, for those that have seen Skip Bayless's tweet about reports of Stephanie White being let go, I'm told there's absolutely no validity to it. Stephanie White is still the coach, much to the chagrin of all of us. Alexa Philippou, this is completely untrue. That's straight from the team. I will tell you what's hilarious. The media running to, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Holy moly. Our pride and joy. Stephanie White is still with the hallelujah. 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 Methany White. She is still employed by the Fever. By the media. Woo-wee. Y'all went to tap dancing real fast, didn't you? Like Daffy Duck on stage, and then he stops and there's nothing but crickets playing. We're good. Well, we see it. All right. We see she's still with the team. All the blading can keep going. I mean, come on. Oh, it's fake news. For somebody my age, it makes me a little sad that Skip Bayless got caught up in this. I know a lot of people, like I said, you guys may not understand that, but I've been consuming Skip Bayless since 1990. I was in I was in high school when I was reading Skip Bayless, 15 years old. That's how long Skip's been in the game. And Skip, like I said, he was a Mount Rushmore guy. He is a Mount Rushmore guy. But he got, as they say. So Cheryl Miller and Sue Bird have had this talk about Stephanie White's exchange with Caitlin Clark on the sideline. And I'm going to play some of this. Cheryl Miller is getting dragged right now because she basically wrapped her loving arms around Stephanie White. Now, let me bring this up. Is this unusual to the point of, would we see a Tom Brady or an NFL coach, Tom Brady and a Bill Belichick go at it? Sure. It's possible. We've seen that happen. But we're talking about all-time great coaches that's got real pedigree, got rings, plural, little parentheses, open parentheses, S, close parentheses, rings. What's Stephanie White got? That one, wasn't she like a bum-ass coach of the year for the Sun or some shit? And, okay, how many times have we seen? Hell, if you win coach of the year in the NBA, it used to be your death knell. You were fired. I've seen guys win coach of the year, get fired halfway through the next season. It used to happen all the time in the NBA. Cheryl Miller.
Shifting our attention to Indiana. After starting the season 4-2, the Fever have lost 2 in a row, and they're coming off a 16-point loss to the Fire yesterday. Cheryl, from what you're seeing, what's happening in Indianapolis?
Right now, it's frustration, and unfortunately, it's boiling over, and it's being seen. It's one thing to have it behind closed doors, but when it spills over, and when the coach has to basically say, "Hey, you know what, Caitlin? Enough is enough. This is too disruptive." In and out, take a seat. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's frustration. I'm not like the best lip reader, but I feel like Stephanie White did say defense a couple times. And Caitlin Clark was in foul trouble this game, and obviously we know how things are being called. So I think it is a lot of frustration, but it's also like not that crazy. This isn't the first time we've seen this. It doesn't have some deeper meaning to it. I've had moments like that with coaches. I think it speaks to relationships. Player-coach relationships, like shout out Brian Agler. You could say anything to that man, and you could keep it moving. And then I had other coaches where maybe you couldn't, and you have to learn each other in that way.
But you knew the line. But you knew the line when it becomes disruptive, and then when and that's when even Kelsey Mitchell kind of chimed in and said, like, you need to go stand over here and let us just regain calm in our huddle. When it becomes that disruptive to the entire team, somebody has to step in.
Well, that's
okay, so Cheryl Miller seems to blame Caitlin Clark in all this. It is a little surprising. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people have called for Cheryl Miller to coach this team. She's not. The response to this, not great. Newsflash, Cheryl, this is all Cokehead White's doing. And the sabotage of Clark on purpose. Disappointed in Cheryl. Sue the Fever owners. They all need to be fired. You can't sue nobody, unfortunately, for bad decision-making. Always talking down on Clark. Meanwhile, this whole team was trash. Jokers. Because when you mention other players, you won't get the clicks you want. How about this coach really sucks and kills all the team's momentum and confidence? Yeah. Stephanie White has become a tranquilizer dart for the team. I mean, honestly, that's what's happening. It's crazy. Crazy. They switched the narrative to Caitlin was acting crazy and the coach, and Kelsey had to keep her in line. Kelsey? The whole effing team isn't playing defense. Caitlin was chill as F yesterday. They mentioned nothing about Raven. There's a clown problem in Oh. Circus music. Wow. I will say this. The end should be near. It should be for Stephanie White. I think if you look up in another 5 games, they go 2-3. Another 10 games, they go 4-6. Even 5-5. Then this team is greatly underachieving. And there is a thing, losing the locker room is absolutely, it's when all the players have decided they have lost confidence in the coach and the coach's voice becomes mentally muted. We've seen it happen across all sports. You see it in football a lot. And that's why coaches get fired in the season. Because the locker room is lifeless. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If you get rid of Stephanie White, and I think if they got rid of her, they'd promote Austin Kelly, and I'd be interested to see what he could do without her being there and her agenda being there. I'd like to see what he would come up with, at least for the rest of the season. I think you got to trade Kelsey Mitchell, and you might be like, wait, what? Look, Stephanie White is such a believer in Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell has got to have become Stephanie White's girl. Not like that, I don't guess, but you know what I'm talking about. She has fully bought into the fact that she is an MVP player when really she's a dynamic scorer, and that's it. All right? And you know, so I think you'd have to make multiple changes. I got to tell you, Kelsey and a 1 for a big time all-star big. I just move Raven to the 2. I'm just throwing it out there. Honestly, I would do that anyway. There, I said it out loud. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.